Welcome to Home Team Sports. As Adrian shakes his head because I still didn't change the intro to include our friend Chris, but we're here. It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
We got playoffs right around the corner, but first we got Week 18, which some games matter. Some games matter. Some games don't. Some guys are resting. Carson Wentz is going to start for the Rams.
Yay!
Love it. I love it.
Carson Wentz against Sam Darnold.
He's back.
Oh, playoff wins.
It's awful interesting that that's happening because, I mean, I know neither team needs that win, but I mean, like, I just think it's interesting that we got Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz this week. But whatever. I'm here. How you guys doing? Harry, how are you tonight?
I'm good, man. Good.
Adrian?
I'm great. How are you feeling, sir?
I am about 85, 90%. I'm right there.
Okay. Like
For those of you who don't know, I suffered through COVID over the past 2 weeks. It ruined my Christmas, ruined my New Year's, but I'm here because these jackasses want me to talk about sports.
Yeah,
Chris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm cold. I'm not used to this cold down here.
It's cold in South Carolina.
Cold in South Carolina. It's been cold the past couple of days down here.
We got snow coming up here, guys. I don't know if you're aware. I don't know if you're going to get snow, Adrian, but Harry and I are about to get a little squall here on Saturday that's going to dump about 5 to 8 inches on us.
See, I heard by me it's 1 to 3 from what I've heard.
Oh, really? We'll see. See what happens when you cross the river. Mm-hmm. I'm up here in the Pinocchios, so I get a little bit more than you.
Well, you went to greener pastures over by wherever that is.
5 to 8. I got 5 to 8 on the radar. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna let you guys pick. All right, you guys want to talk baseball? Or you want to talk football first? Baseball, football. Which one? Because I'll hit the button.
We haven't had any baseball talk. It's been very football driven.
It's been very football oriented. And welcome to episode 4 of Home Team Sports. You can find us every Thursday night. Woo! Thursday. Adrian's a little pumped up today. All right, let's go baseball. Are the Dodgers building a dynasty? Or is it like a wolf in sheep's clothing? Or is it like, like Chris was talking before the show started, saying, you buy all this super team and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. It worked for the Yankees there for a while. Are you scared of the Dodgers, Harry?
Well, I'm always scared of the Dodgers. But I will say this. When you hire or when you find these Japanese players and you pay trillions of dollars or whatever you pay, you don't really know what you're getting because not all of them pan out. Well, because none of them pan out. So think about it like this. You remember when the Red Sox paid for their Japanese pitcher? Yeah. Remember when the Dodgers got Hideo Nomo?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds great in theory, but you don't know. And every time you build these teams, it doesn't work for whatever reason. The Dodgers need pitching. So, yeah, they have Yamamoto. Okay. And then next year, maybe they have Ohtani. Maybe.
He's got plenty of time to recover.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. My Braves are solid all around. And I'm not going to say Chris Sale is going to save our season, but it's not bad to put a flyer on a guy that can give you a solid 4 because we don't need 1 or 2. Probably don't need a 3 because of Morton. So he's a good 4, and you still have Albies, you still have Acuna. So am I scared? No. Am I worried? Yes, because that's still a good offensive lineup. But I worry about the Phillies more than I worry about the Dodgers. In all honesty, because we can't beat the Phillies for whatever reason. That smug Bryce Harper guy can't beat them, but we beat everybody else.
Well, you beat them in the regular season. I'll beg to differ there. In the regular season, they play each other 19 times, and I believe the Braves beat them like 12 or 13 out of 19. It was crazy, but back-to-back years in the playoffs, they were that thorn in your side that knocked you out. So,
And to answer the question about Glass now, I don't know what it is with Tampa, but they seem to know when to let people walk away. And they let Snell go. Okay. They're letting Glass now go. They seem to know. It's like the Patriots. They just know when to let you walk away.
yeah.
They bit him in the ass with Tom Brady.
Well, Belichick's also like 90 years old and has no idea what he's doing now. So.
He's retiring. Adrian, what do you think of the Dodgers and their moves and their dynasty possibility?
I would be really, 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 really worried about this team. Yamamoto, we talked about Glasnow. They got a good roster. They have a really good roster. Like even before they signed Ohtani, they had a pretty decent roster.
Yeah,
they were removed from the World Series 3 years ago, 3 years ago.
But they haven't been able to get out of the divisional round since.
Right, because they were having trouble scoring and pitching. They have fixed that issue, in my opinion. And I just think that if they can keep this team together for like a couple of seasons, it's going to be a problem. Like, I know you were talking a little bit about Matsui. When Matsui first came into the MLB, he was hard to hit. People were having trouble. Either they weren't hitting him at all, or they weren't catching any of his pitches, or they were home runs. They had to figure out the timing because he was I think he was one of the first pitchers to throw that that torpedo into the dirt. Like, it was crazy. So I would be worried if I was facing the Dodgers and I had to look at that lineup. There would be a big party if we won. Like, I would feel like I won a Super Bowl.
They don't pay. That's when they let them walk. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Chris, you got any thoughts on this Dodgers money spending tree and never ending money spending tree?
Yeah, they're the Yankees of the late 1990s and 2000s. I mean, just because you signed the best player in baseball, the best players, doesn't mean they're going to put up the numbers. The Yankees tried that. Look what they did with Stanton, and then they signed Stanton and Judge. They were supposed to be so good together. Stanton was hurt most of his career. And
Yeah.
he's making so much money. There's no guarantee that these guys are going to pan out. Yes, OJ did everything he did previously. But when you switch conferences, it's a little different. There's no guarantee you're going to light up the numbers you had in the NL as you did in the AL.
Do they throw the ball differently?
He's not pitching. He's going to be out another year and a half. He's
No,
going
I'm
to throw
saying
the ball.
Judges from the farm. Yeah.
I believe teams that overspend, it never pans out. The Yankees tried that every single year, like 2000 to 2010. The Yankees signed the best player in baseball to a huge contract.
But they got
and then he
some
was a
world
bust.
championships in the 2000s.
What? Early 2000? Would they have
But
won?
you just said from 2000 to 2010.
When is the last time the Yankees won the World Series?
Well, right. It's not what happened recently. I'm just saying it's same thing with the Phillies.
But they keep signing star players.
Well,
for
let's go back
obscene
to the
amounts
Phillies.
of money.
I'm trying to help you make your point because the Phillies have spent a shit ton of money over the past 3 or 4 seasons. And how many championships have they won recently? None.
That's the point.
They bought Trey Turner. They bought Bryce Harper. They re-signed JT Realmuto to a big contract, biggest in baseball for a catcher. They got Nick Castellanos. They got Kyle Schwarber. They got all these guys, and they brought them in over the past 3 or 4 years. And what the hell have they done? Nothing.
That's why you play the game. That's why they play
the game. Is you have a good point that the Dodgers are doing what everybody else, who is contending every year to do. It's going to make. Is it going to make them contenders? Yes. Is it going to make them world champs? Probably not.
Who knows? Who knows?
But do you guys remember when the Dodgers, before they had their slide, they had Kershaw, they had this great pitching, and they
Mhm.
had a great offense.
Yeah, they're
And
relevant, Anthony. We're talking about world championships. If the Phillies have all these contracts and the end game is not a world championship, what the hell are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Why are they spending? Why do they have one of the highest, things in baseball? Same with the Yankees. The Yankees do the same thing. Yankees have one of the higher payrolls. The Braves have one of the higher payrolls.
Yeah.
So if they don't have championships to show for it, then why are these people spending money? The Dodgers are doing the same thing right now. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Dodgers. The Dodgers are spending all this money. We're talking, is it going to equal championships? That's what I want to know.
the Dodgers have done this though. They've spent money to get pitching, hitting, and until they won that World Series during I think it was shortened or whatever.
Yeah, making the playoffs. That's great.
That's all they did was they made the playoffs, and they bowed out a bunch of times in the second round, first round, and they had their high placed players when Kershaw was amazing.
Yeah, he's washed up though.
They had but they had pitching, they had hitting.
No, I know.
They had it all. And they just, for whatever reason, never put it together.
I want to get Jen's comment in here. Yankees tried, and injuries or subpar play on the field resulted in nothing. And get rid of some good farm players. A team of all superstars rarely works. He's right. That's what Chris's point is.
Right.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. Yeah, I get that, Anthony. But history has shown that when you have a team full of all-stars, you went out and you bought all this team full of all-stars, it rarely works. That's the point these guys are trying to make. They're not scared of the Dodgers because they're spending all this money. They're going to be in the playoffs, but I don't call them the end all be all of MLB now because they have this all-star team.
You got to see it on the field. I'm saying on paper,
regular season, they're going to win the division. They're going to win their division. They're going to win the West. Who the hell's going to stop them? They're going to be in the playoffs. But again, anything can happen in the playoffs. Anthony just said it. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Oh, to answer your question, 2009 was the last time the Yankees won the World Series, and they beat the Phillies 4-2.
Shut up. Al, can we please get Kyle out off the lead spot? He spends more time striking out than Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, I don't make that decision. But yes, I agree with you, Jason, wholeheartedly. Pitching staff is deep. Yes. You should be worried about that. Again, am I worried about the Dodgers regular season? Yes. Being in the playoffs? Sure. Do I think that they're going to go all the way and win 3 or 4 championships in the next 5 years? I don't know. You scared away Harry. Way to go, Adrian.
Mm-hmm. Me? Why? Because I'm the only black guy on the panel, so of course.
See, why do you got to go there? I mean,
you pick me. You pick me of all people.
You're the one looking for him. Chris could care less that he disappeared.
I'm sitting. But why you got to say?
You're like, my spell worked. Boom, he's gone. You were Frank Shango.
Allegedly. Allegedly. That is an unfound rumor.
All right.
I just want to see what the ticket prices are going to be. Average ticket price to go to a game there.
To a Dodgers game? Don't worry. It's Hollywood. They can afford that shit, man.
Yeah. $10 million a ticket. Jesus. Because that's what it's going to cost to recoup that money.
Bathroom break for Harry already? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Harry will be back. In the meantime, let's switch gears here to can we now just give Lamar the MVP trophy now, or do we have to wait until he wins the Super Bowl first?
Regular season.
It's regular season.
The regular season. The playoffs means nothing. They could lose in their second round and get blown out. He's still the MVP.
Yeah. And don't they pick? They don't pick a league MVP, right? Did they pick an AFC and an NFC one?
It's a league.
It's a league MVP.
Yeah. League MVP.
I mean, if it's not Lamar, who is it then? Tell me who. I mean, because the other one was CMC, maybe.
If you go by stats, if you just look by stats, and I think there are a lot of places, a lot of programs have talked about this. If you go strictly on stats in the quarterback position, the number one quarterback in the NFL, believe it or not, is Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Number 2 is Brock Purdy. If you
I would take
compare,
Brock. I would vote for Brock over Dak. No offense.
I
Truth.
mean, and because of, look what he has around him, and you take away those weapons, look what's happened. When I would vote Lamar over Purdy, I will vote Lamar over Dak. Like
Me
my
too.
personal, I think Lamar has proven. Look what he did to the Niners.
He's playing his best season, man.
Yes,
He's playing his best season. He's been healthy all season. His biggest knock his entire career is he gets hurt all the time, and
and
that's
he can't
cost.
throw. That was
And
the
that's
thing.
and
He
that's
can't
cost
throw.
these guys, and that's cost the Ravens championships. Because look what happens when he's healthy and he has a supporting cast and he has a good offensive line, and with that coach and with the defense they have. To me, they're the best team in football. I don't care what anybody says. Look what they've done the past 2 weeks. Haven't they won by a margin of like 70-20, something like that?
What they did to the 49ers at home was
Whoop their ass.
ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Did the Ravens get another running back from the Jets?
Actually, they signed Dalvin Cook, who was released by
Cook today. Yeah,
Dalvin Cook. There you go.
So
Free gift.
Yeah,
Take
Merry
it,
Christmas.
please.
well,
Like,
I think Lamar's going to get it. It's MVP, most valuable player.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the stats. You can have mediocre stats
Yeah.
up near the
No.
top echelon. Just because
No.
Prescott has the best stats over everybody, he is nowhere near in the top 3 in the MVP voting.
Yeah.
Did you follow today?
Look at his stats on the road.
Did you follow
Look
today?
at Lamar's stats every game. Road away, road away. He manages every game.
Yeah.
Dak
I get
alone,
that,
his
but
road games, he's not even in the top 3.
Don't the stats like
No,
influence?
they don't. It's
they
most
don't,
valuable
because-
player to your team. To
You mean
the
to tell
league.
me in the entire history of the
Okay.
MVP,
Not every year somebody that throws 50
The thing
touchdowns,
is,
4,000 yards wins the MVP.
sometimes they look at stats, Adrian, but sometimes they look at how those stats were made. Remember, the Cowboys with their schedule, they had a pretty easy schedule there. Some of those stats are inflated because some of those games were blown up. Like teams like they played teams like the Giants and the Commanders, and they just blew up stats on those guys. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, Lamar won it a few
So they
years
have
ago.
5
and his
losses
stats
at
weren't
home.
that
And how
great.
did Dak? What would Dak look up? Dak's passer rating in the 5 losses. That's all I want to know.
I mean, I can, but if you're looking at MVP, like each year, the MVP, I get it's based on stats. I get it, most valuable player, but statistically speaking, let's see, the last winner was Patrick Mahomes. Who had better stats in 2022 than Patrick Mahomes?
I get it. I understand where your mind is, but
Aaron
the
Rodgers
definition of most valuable player is
They are the most valuable players.
if you take Lamar off the
Take
Ravens,
him off that team. Yep.
are the Ravens as good?
You take away Brock Purdy, the team's done. You take away
No,
Dak
you
Prescott,
no.
Sam Darnold can take them to
That's
the
a different conversation. No,
It's the same conversation.
no, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. If you take Brock Purdy he's got loads of talent around him, loads.
You got to be able to throw the ball.
But Lamar, you take Lamar out the Ravens, do the Ravens go all the way and win the Super Bowl?
No.
If you take Brock Purdy off the 49ers, do the 49ers go all the way?
No.
I disagree with that. I think they
could. Sam Darnold could manage a game. You just hand the ball off a little more, let the defense win the game for you.
Absolutely not. Sam Darnold has proven that he cannot manage a game. Sam Darnold is a tackling dummy in practice. Like, how are you going to let the tackling dummy be your starting quarterback? No.
Harry says he's waiting in the back, but I don't see it. You're not back, Harry. If you're waiting in the back, you're not backstage.
Oh, that's weird.
So you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go back out and come back in. Al, any word on the Devontae Smith injury? I'm hearing that at this moment he's not going to play. I heard he's not going to play. He did not practice this week, but that game means absolutely nothing because the Eagles are. I don't want to hear that the Eagles could possibly win and the Cowboys could lose to the Commanders and the Eagles could steal the. Yeah, no. I don't stop. The Eagles are not going to get anything better than the 5th seed, so that game really doesn't matter. If I were Sirianni, I'd sit as many guys as possible. That game
I
means
mean, rest them. Yeah, I get
that
it.
game. Yeah, rest them. That game means nothing. Harry's back.
Well, there he is.
I've
Here.
been back. I've been backstage, but I've been back.
No, it did. It did not pop up. I would have. I would have brought you back right away.
My pee break was a short break. I'm just saying. Just saying.
You know, if you jingle it more than once, it's playing with it.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, no one's told me, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the conversation at hand.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Chris, let me ask you this. Who's the most valuable player on the 49ers?
On the 49ers.
On the 49ers, most valuable player.
Mine
This
is
year?
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Trent
Okay.
Williams. I'm gonna go Trent Williams.
Well, we're talking about like league MVP.
MVP.
So you would give Trent Williams league MVP
No. So Adrian asked, who's the most valuable player on the 49ers?
on the 49ers.
I'm gonna say Trent Williams.
Well, at least you agree it's not Brock Purdy.
I mean,
It's okay. Come to the dark side. It's okay. We
I'm
have
not
snacks over
considered
here.
a product of their system, but
It's
when
hard,
you
right?
have, when you have Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, and you have the receiving core,
Mhm.
you
That
look a little
offensive
better than
line.
you are,
Mhm.
and you look a little better than you're supposed to. But he fits the system, though. That's the thing. Like he fits their system. He's that kind of quarterback.
To counter what you guys were saying, they had the same team last year, correct? That is the exact same team.
Did they have
Right.
CMC last year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had Chris
Yeah,
I thought they
McCaffrey,
traded
missed
for
a
him.
couple games though. He didn't play every game.
Yeah.
He had some injuries.
but they still had the same team last year, right? They still
Yeah.
had the same team.
Debo was hurt
Okay.
in the playoff. The Eagles knocked him out of the playoffs. So they didn't have to worry about Debo.
Right. Who was the starting quarterback that year?
Is
Last
Brock?
year? No,
What?
it was Trey
And then-
Lance.
It was what?
Trey Lance was starting quarterback for the 49ers last year.
Yeah,
Start
but-
the year. To
But
start
the
the
Eagles
year, he
to
was.
start the
To
year.
start
But
the
the
year.
Eagles,
And
the
how-
Eagles
what was
played
the record?
Brock Purdy in the playoffs.
What was the record?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they were getting their asses beat. They
Well,
were
this year they're not doing that. They're beating people
This
up.
year it's not happening because when
Except the
Brock
Arizona
Purdy-
Cardinals. Why can the Arizona Cardinals beat the Cowboys and the Eagles and the 49ers, but they can't beat anybody else?
No, exactly.
The clock is
They-
right
they-
twice a day. So
The Giant Slayers. What can you say? They were getting beat badly. Trey Lance got hurt. Brock Purdy got put as a starting quarterback. He got put in that spot. Then they took off.
All
They
right.
just took off, and he has not let go of the job. It was so bad. He played so well. Just him. He played so well that their number one pick, they were willing to part ways with for a third or fourth round pick.
Yeah.
Like, if you take him off the team, I get it. He's got 1.5 million different weapons. You still got to be able to operate.
Well,
but at the same time, can you really say that Trey Lance should have been where he got picked? I mean, Trey Lance probably fits into the
Kyler Murray was out. Yeah.
no, but into the
No. AJ was reminding me that Kyler Murray was out. Yeah.
they reached for Trey Lance of
They
what
did.
Shanahan thought he could do because he's such a mastermind.
Mhm.
So, I mean, maybe Trey Lance isn't what he is.
All right.
But Brock Purdy fits the system. He does what he wants. He gets it out quickly. He gets to where he needs to get it. He fits what Shanahan wants to do.
And he's
We're
accurate
getting
as hell.
sidetracked because Harry was gone. I need to ask Harry: does Lamar Jackson, is he the front runner for the league MVP?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you can't deny what he's doing because to me, he's setting a new idea for what people think he is because it was always, he
Yeah.
always ran first. He couldn't throw.
Got hurt all the time.
Yeah. And then you change offensive coordinators. He throws more. I mean, can you say his weapons are better besides a washed up Beckham? I mean,
When playing watch.
Likely's okay.
Yeah, he's got some good. young talent there. He got a good tight end too.
He's got Zay Flowers.
He's got Zay Flowers, and he still has Andrews. But I mean, besides that, can you really say he has a receiving core? But he makes Isaiah Likely look like a great tight end. Zay Flowers is good.
The betting line says he's already won.
I mean,
yeah, and I right, and you can't. I mean, you can't deny it. It's probably going to happen, but what it is, what it is. Good for him. I mean, he finally had a full, strong season where he is the front runner, if not the only, cut in the conversation.
He did it throwing the ball.
And, for them to get Cook is a huge thing for the Ravens.
Cook's not what he used to be, though. Cook is not that running back anymore.
But he doesn't have to be, because you still have Gus Edwards. But you have a two-headed monster. So you have the power and you have the somewhat speed. It's a good dynamic for them. He doesn't have to do everything, and he's free. You can't knock free.
He's a four-time Pro Bowler.
I was hoping Dallas went after and got him because he would have been pretty good with Pollard.
Yeah, but it's speed on speed, and the guy he's very fragile. For a fast, he's very fragile.
Speaking of fragile, can Anthony please just stop? Because he's just mad that we don't want him on the show because he's just not fitting the bill anymore.
You're wrong. I want Anthony on the show. I mean, he's on. He's commenting every show because I know he misses us. He misses it.
He's like that bitter ex-girlfriend. That's what he
was mad. Listen, he was mad at first, but now he wants to be part of the show.
But he's not part of the show because we are the show.
Are the NFL referees fixing games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to hear from. All right. I want to hear from Chris for first.
Fixing games. I'd say yes and no, depending on certain games and spreads for Vegas. I mean, there's certain plays that are called at a certain time when the point spread is at a certain thing in a game, so I mean, it's like somebody's signal calling him down and say, "Hey, throw this flag here because it's 3 points here. And we need 4 to win." But the one Dallas one, I mean, I watched it over and over, and he said that number 70 said he was ineligible. Number 70 didn't walk up to him until the referee walked away from him.
Right.
And then he started going towards him. He wasn't even there reporting, so I don't know how he got mixed up saying number 70 should have been the legal guy. 2 guys walked up to him and they said something to him. And I'm sure
one of them was number 68.
Yeah, saying he was going to be legal. 70 wasn't even in there. And then he came later to go over towards the ref, but I don't understand how you make that mistake.
But Commissioner Goodell's not going to overturn the result of a football game. And so the Cowboys are going to remain 11-5. They're going to end up being the number 2 seed and host playoff games, 2 of them probably, and end up playing the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. And that's what they want. That's what the NFL wants. They're America's team after all.
It ain't going to happen, I'm telling you right now.
He also told me that the Lions were going to beat them too, and you were wrong.
They won that game.
They won.
We were chatting, and I told you exactly what happened. What's going to happen? I told you play by play, did I not?
And you said 2-point conversion and everything. You during the game. You guys that are watching this right now, you would not believe that Adrian was calling the game before the game was happening. He was saying that based on the score, and there was a score there, and he was thinking, okay, so and knowing the coach, you know how Campbell operates, right? So he's not going to settle for kicking an extra point and going to overtime. He's going to go for 2. And as soon as the guy called the ball and it's 2-point conversion, I heard every Dallas fan in the world just collapse right there.
Right.
Cannot be happening right now.
And you heard me laughing.
This is Jerry World. We're 7-0. I heard you laughing in Ohio.
Yeah.
I swear to God, okay? I was having an outer body experience. And then, which seemed to be about 25 minutes later,
the flag comes out.
The flag comes out.
It is like, what?
Also, still a part of Home Team Sports till the end of the week, where I will leave as the champ, or JJ will get a chance to carry on the title. Good luck, JJ. Good luck, JJ. Yeah, you and Alan are watching this right now, I believe.
I'm
You know,
three people.
I'm confused because Anthony made a lot of changes in his lineup, almost giving JJ a chance, like on purpose.
Are you throwing a game, you bastard?
Yeah, he
all
might
his
be.
guys are on the bench. All his guys
Maybe
aren't
he's
playing this week
he put all his starters on the bench.
Oh,
because they're not playing this week. You're gonna make nothing off them.
Right. So he has to play like who did he start at quarterback? Did he start Justin Fields?
Justin Fields, yeah.
Something like that, yeah, and a bunch of scrubs and that's the thing about week 18. A lot of people are resting starters, but there are games out there that matter.
Well, there's a lot of games that matter.
There are a lot of games that matter.
It's gonna be a good week.
did you see? You guys watched the national championship game? Did y'all see that? The playoffs.
Two playoff games, yeah.
Hey, you guys talk about that. I'll be right back.
Okay, so in your opinion, which loss hurt the most to you guys? Which loss hurt the most?
Well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna say, go ahead, Eric.
if you're Texas, I would think not that it's got to be Alabama to me.
Okay.
I just
You think because of the way the last play rolled down, the way it happened, like that was probably why it hurt? Because I mean, they're at the goal line and they run like a quarterback. It's a quarterback sneak, a direct snap, quarterback sneak. Or you think that was like a mess up because it was a low snap? He picked it up, saw the line closing in, and took off running.
yeah, you know what? I think because they had the lead. They against Michigan, and with Texas, like I'm not a huge college football person, but
I love college football.
see, I just like Texas always to me was not. I'll explain it. Like if anybody should have not been upset that they got there and almost won, it should have been Texas.
Okay.
Because Alabama's Alabama, Michigan's Michigan, and Texas. You remember how bad Texas was for
Oh my God, years.
Long time.
Yeah, years. They were horrible.
And what I think the problem with college football as a whole, though, is if you watch the Georgia game against Florida State, like Florida State played me and you.
Yeah.
Played Georgia.
Yeah.
And that could have been a good game.
It could have been. But it was bad on the simple fact of you got the way it all went down with the committee. I think the committee screwed Florida State because they were undefeated. Like, do you guys remember? Like, Chris, you remember back in the day when to go to the national championship, you had to be undefeated, right? Most college teams, who were undefeated, they played in the national championship. Do you think it was more? You think it was more in Alabama than it was Texas?
I think it hurts Alabama more because they were trying to get back to the top tier again, and they were trying. If they would have won the championship, Nick Saban would be retiring, and he still might this year. If he won another one, he would be retiring and go out on top. And I think that would have been great for Alabama. But I just think, are they ever going to get back to that Alabama again?
No, I don't think so.
I agree.
Dominant Alabama, always in the championship game, the team to beat.
I think NIL really hurt them. I think because there's a lot of colleges that can pay you, and you could still win. Because, I mean, think about it. Washington. Who the hell thought Washington? Who the hell thought Florida State? Even, and that's a bigger name.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go places and build a program.
Yeah, especially now that you're paying athletes. Oh my God, people want to get paid. That's the thing. They want to get paid.
And there's a lot of oil money out there. So
now there's going to be a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
So now you're going to get in the outside, the UCFs that go undefeated,
Mm-hmm.
and the Tulanes that go out there and can come in
Right.
and beat you. I
Right.
mean, firsthand alone, I watched Boise State beat my Oklahoma Sooners in the Fiesta Bowl when they
That
had
was
no
insane.
chance in that game.
Yeah, that was insane. That was an insane game. That was an insane. I remember watching that.
Let me throw an idea. Let me throw an idea out there for you guys. What do you think about having whatever playoffs you want to have, but having the championship game be at the Rose Bowl every single year?
That's what it was before.
I know, but what do you think about
It
that
used to
going
be.
forward? Like that be the place every single year to bring that atmosphere, that nostalgia to college football.
That would
And
be
That'd be big for college football. I mean, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Anybody who's old enough to remember?
when's the championship game?
Monday.
Night.
It's Monday night, and who's playing?
It is going to be Washington versus Michigan.
And who do you got?
Me personally, I had Washington until that they had that major injury to that running back. So I think Michigan is a very physical team, but Washington played another physical team. I think Washington got lucky, in my opinion, because there were a lot of calls in that game that were not called.
I always watch the
Especially
national championship. That's like the one college game I watch all year. Chris,
Yeah,
Michigan.
I mean,
You got Michigan?
I actually had Alabama beating Michigan. If that kid didn't hike the ball 5 different times and mess up 3 different drives, Alabama could have scored on any of them drives, and it never would have came down to that last drive to win the game. But I like Washington because their explosive offense and their defense is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I just think unless Michigan scores 30, they're not going to be able to win.
And that quarterback is amazing for
You mean
Washington.
Michael Penix?
Yeah, he's
Right.
amazing.
All right, guys, we got two more. Topics here, which is Week 18. We're going to talk about Week 18 briefly because, again, a lot of starters are sitting. It's really hard week to predict.
All right.
But then once we get through that pretty quickly, we'll talk about how we feel about the playoffs are shaping up and who do we think is going to survive the playoff. We'll early playoff predictions is what I'm calling them. But once the playoff bracket's actually set, then next week we could talk about who's winning in the wild card round and things like that.
Right.
But in the meantime, we'll go to Week 18 in the NFL. And Chicago Bears are playing the Green Bay Packers on Saturday. Packers can still make the playoffs. Bears. Didn't you pick the Bears last week? Didn't they lose?
No, they won.
The Bears won last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, you agree with that? Bears, Packers?
No, Packers winning in. We're going to make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs. Harry?
I'm going to go Bears.
I'm going to go Green Bay.
Split again.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys then play the Washington Commanders. How many starters are playing?
Adrian, who do you have, sir?
It's a practice squad game, first of all.
Yeah, it's a scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a scrimmage. Washington's depleted. Who do they have? Dallas. I got Dallas because if Dallas is playing all their starters because they want the number 2 seed. Imagine
They do.
Playing all their starters.
They're not.
Well, they'll play them, and they'll play them the first half when they get up to about 3 touchdowns, and then they'll take certain guys out.
They're
But
a
it's in Washington,
13-point favorite.
CeeDee Lamb's only playing one half. I don't care what you say. CeeDee Lamb's only playing at least only a half.
Unless Sam Howell throws for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, I got Dallas.
The Cowboys will win that game. Sure, they will. Either the Cowboys win it or the referees help them. Either way.
If they lose, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh so hard. I'm going to laugh.
Broncos at the Raiders.
Oh,
Now remember, Week 18 is always divisional games, right? It's always
yeah.
So within our division,
Go with the home team. Go with the Raiders.
Raiders are home.
That Stedman didn't do good last week, so
Yeah,
See how he does
did
this week.
yeah.
Jason Staten did a horrible job.
Yeah.
For me whatsoever.
Yeah, horrible.
Going with the Raiders.
All right, Raiders. Harry.
I'll go Raiders.
Okay. Jaguars at Titans. Means something for Jacksonville. They could get the second as high as the second seed if they get some help.
I'm going to take Jacksonville. They haven't said if Trevor Lawrence is playing or not because he still hasn't practiced all week.
Yeah, he's
But-
still listed as questionable.
Yeah, I'm still going with Jacksonville. ETN in the running game. I think they're going to be better than the Titans' running game. Even though Derrick Henry's still there, he's not the Derrick Henry of old.
Mm-mm. I'm
Okay.
taking Trevor Lawrence with a hair commercial.
You mean Head and Shoulders?
Exactly.
He's a new
He's
true Palomalo is what he is. He's a new Palomalo.
Something
Yeah,
like
I'll take Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Houston Texans at the Colts. Both teams have playoff aspirations still.
They surprised me last week with that win. The Colts did. I'm taking the Texans though.
CJ Stroud.
Oh yeah.
Where's the game at?
It is in Nashville, sir. No, I'm sorry. That's the other game. It is in Indianapolis, sir.
I'm going with the Colts at home. Jonathan Taylor has a big game.
I'll take the Texans.
Taking the Texans. So am I.
Smart. I like him. He's smart. He's nice.
Buffalo at Miami. And again, we talked about the Bills before that because the Bills can go as high as the 2 seed this week. They can go as low as not making the playoffs. Chris?
I'm going with the Miami Dolphins at home, not just because I hate Buffalo and don't want to see them in the playoffs.
You don't like Miami either.
I know, but I hate Buffalo more.
Okay. Adrian?
Okay. This is a revenge game. Buffalo.
Harry?
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
So am I.
That's my baby. He just
So- So am I. Buffalo Bills. Eagles at the Giants. Again, again, this game means pretty much nothing because the Eagles are going to end up with the 5 seed because the Cowboys are going to beat the Commanders. So this game means nothing. Seahawks at Cardinals.
That hurt when you said that too, because your voice broke when you said it. Like that was residual pain. I'm going with the Seahawks.
I don't have
They beat us both.
Jason. Stop. That's an Eagles fan saying the Giants are going to win. Sean.
Well, listen, I think the Giants are going to win too. So
Yeah, but listen. You didn't say that though.
because you didn't ask me.
You all said Eagles. No, wait. You all said Eagles.
He didn't ask him. He just get right over it.
And that don't matter. It's all right. It's okay. I still love you, Al. Don't worry.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
I'm going to go Arizona. Arizona finds a way to beat good teams.
If they do that,
Dallas, you can
they
ask
knocked.
San Francisco.
I believe if they beat Seattle, they could knock Seattle right out of the playoffs. I
Right
think.
out of playoffs.
I think James Conner is going to be the reason why they beat Seattle.
Seattle's on the short list that Anthony hates teams. Like Anthony hates the Eagles first, the Cowboys second, and then he often calls the Seahawks the Sea Chickens. So he hates them third.
And
Why
then
does he hate the
himself
Sea
fourth.
Pretty sure,
He hates himself for.
something like that.
I gotta get him back eventually. He keeps taking these jabs. I gotta jab him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Vikings at the Lions. Does that game matter? I mean, does it matter? I don't think it matters. Does it?
No. I mean, if the Vikings, well, wait, no, they're eliminated. Nah, Lions.
I mean,
Okay.
didn't they just play 2 weeks ago and it was a really close game?
Yes.
So I see another close game, but I'll take the Lions.
Well, considering the Vikings have no quarterback, I'll take the Lions.
Okay.
They're all on IR.
Nick Mullins, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, why? You saw that? We're gonna go with Mullins, like, and that's gonna give us a spark. It sparked another ass whooping. Is what it did. You
Well,
still got
did you see Hall? Hall wasn't very good. So
Hall was horrible.
yeah.
I thought I was out there playing quarterback.
Well, you might have been.
I was. It was. It was. I kept having a stroke.
Things happen when when the rest of your team sucks. It happens.
Falcons at the Saints.
Saints.
Can
Saints
we
at home.
fire Arthur Smith now? Can we just fire Arthur Smith? No. Like
Y'all got the Saints. Everybody got the Saints there.
Derek Carr still sucks, but yeah, Saints.
Jets at the Patriots, Chris.
I don't even want to talk about it. This
Come
is gonna
on.
be
The Jets are gonna win, aren't they?
No, this is going to be the 13th straight loss to the New England Patriots. It's going to happen again. We find a way to lose to this team.
They got every Bill's favorite quarterback.
Trevor Siemian is horrible. And
So
unless Brees Hall runs wild, I say a 10-3 game and the Patriots are going to win.
No, I think the Patriots are gonna tank. Go ahead, Harry.
Chris, let me ask you this: would you rather lose your 13th straight, get a better draft position, or beat them?
Well, we don't draft good, as everybody here should know. The past 20 years, whoever we draft, other than Darrell Revis, does not pan out.
Well, you have Sauce Gardner, you have Jermaine Johnson.
Wide receiver cornerback.
They're not any good. They're not worth a first round pick.
Okay, they're all great, but they're all really good. You have them. I mean,
But they're not first round pick worthy. We wasted picks on them. They're not worthy of first round or the way they got picked.
Okay, back-to-back 1,000-yard season.
The Jets up every draft every year, says Jen. You got Aaron Rodgers next year.
Yeah, if you don't get hurt in the third play or fourth play, we'll see.
Buccaneers at Panthers.
Chris is so beat down as a fan.
Oh, he's gone. See, you pissed him off.
I don't care. It happens.
Buccaneers at Panthers.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, the Bucks. Yeah.
So if the Bucks win, they win the South. They get the 4th seed. They finish 9-8, and they're going to host Philadelphia.
Can we just say one thing? That their owner is a disgusting human being. Can we all just agree on that?
Which owner was that?
The Panthers.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, the Panthers owner. Yeah.
He's trash.
How do you throw a drink on fans? Like that's just
when you're a disgusting human being.
But I've been saying to me it's crazy. And the equivalent to his fine is like $6 to us. Like his $300 fine, 2000.
Hey, I'm on top.
I'm back.
You got the Buccaneers beating the Panthers there, kid?
Yep. I'll take the Bucks.
All right, Browns at Bengals.
Bengals.
Jeez,
Joe Flacco's not starting. Bengals.
One said Browns, one said Bengals.
He's not starting?
No, he's not starting. He's sitting.
Harry.
I'm gonna go Bengals. Yeah, because Joe Flacco's not playing.
What about Browning? Why isn't Flacco playing?
Because he needs rest. He's like 50 years old.
Oh wait, so the Browns can't improve their spot? Is that what you're saying?
Their spot's set.
Their spot's set. Gotcha.
Oh, I'm still taking the Browns.
Yeah, I know they're in the playoffs. I just didn't know if they could improve their seeding at all. So they can't. What I miss?
Here we go.
Rams at the 49ers. Carson Wentz starting for the Rams.
I'm the Rams.
And who's starting for the 49ers?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz.
I think it'll be really nice to see, though, like how much, I don't know how much the offensive San Francisco is going to play. Like how good Sam Darnold will play in a competent offense.
I got the Rams winning and Carson Wentz throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And then you wake up. It doesn't happen.
49ers.
He's playing the second string, Harry.
Well, change him on your fantasy and take him. He's out there.
My fantasy's been dead for weeks. I'm fighting cousin Phil for last place.
Exactly. You don't want to finish in last, right?
Shut up.
I forgot to set my lineup for the past 4 weeks. So
See, and you're winning anyway.
I am.
That was the best thing you could do. You're going to end up in 5th place.
Wait, I'm winning?
I think so, or it's close. You're playing up against my son, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, snap. I need to check my lineup.
Did we say Chiefs and Chargers? Chiefs at the Chargers?
Chiefs?
Yeah. Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs need this. Chiefs need a momentum game.
They need a lot of help.
Yeah, but the starters aren't playing for them either. Mahomes and them ain't playing, but they're playing against
They
Easton
can't
Stick.
wait. They can't
They can't
improve their spot
Nope.
either.
Nope.
That's
The
what I
only
hate about.
games that
See,
matter
that's what I
are
hate about
yeah.
18, man. I can't stand when games don't matter in the NFL.
The Buffalo game matters. The Jacksonville game matters, and the Houston and Indy one. Whoever wins that could find a way to get in. And Pittsburgh game matters. They have a chance to get in.
Dallas
But
game matters because they can solve the number 2 spot.
Can we talk about the Steelers? Is that the game I skipped?
They have an outside chance of getting in.
Steelers at Ravens. Steelers at Ravens. Who plays? Are the Ravens resting
yeah.
everybody?
Ravens are resting.
They're still gonna win.
And Najee
There it
Harris
is right
gonna
there.
have
Can the
a
Steelers still
huge
make the
day.
playoffs? Yes, they can, because they could beat the Ravens because the Ravens aren't playing anybody.
And they need Buffalo to lose.
I don't know if the Ravens want to go ahead and let the Steelers into the playoffs. That's all I gotta say.
Mason Rudolph, yeah, I'd let him in. They're a first round out.
Yeah, so are the Eagles. So who cares? Okay.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Y'all are not gonna be a first round out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to mourn the loss to Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wait. Are you really going to tell somebody not to be down on their team coming from the person that is the most down Cowboys fan I know?
So listen,
it's different. I'm talking about somebody else.
Last year, this team was in the Super Bowl with.
It's different. Like no.
So last year, this team was in the Super Bowl with an easy schedule, and they had better coordinators. Now they have worse coordinators with a harder schedule, and they've been exposed over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're exposed as frauds, how do I expect them to get past the first round? Even if they do get past the first round, what are they going to do? Go beat Dallas or go beat San Fran in the divisional round?
Hey man, let me tell you something. Argentina can still get back together. So it's a chance for everything to happen, okay?
Any given Sunday.
You're wrong. Jason, I'm sorry, but the Cowboys are going all the way to the NFC Championship game. I don't care what anybody says.
So, Al, let me ask you, who do you blame for this season the most?
Ooh, that's a good
Coordinators.
question.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I said we're not talking about the Eagles.
No, I'm just asking that. I'm just asking who you blame.
Yeah, it's the coordinators. It's Brian. It's Johnson of all people, the OC. The play calling's been atrocious, terrible. They don't have them prepared for games. There was that stretch there where they lost to the 49ers, the Cowboys. But before that, they beat Buffalo. They beat Miami. They beat Kansas City. They showed you that they're a decent team when they play that way. But then when they run up against defenses like San Fran, like Dallas, like Detroit, like Arizona, just look what happens. And they couldn't stop. Are you kidding me? They could not stop the Arizona run game the whole game. I don't know why Arizona passed the ball at all. All you gotta do is run. Just keep running.
When they got going, it's hard for any team to stop them. I mean, that's one of the things. James Conner is a forgot about prodigy. Like people forget that James Conner is even in the league half the damn time until he shows up running the ball down somebody's throat.
I'm just saying,
What
I'm saying is that we were in the Super Bowl last year, and then this year, you know how hard it is to get back there, and it's smacking me in the face. It's taken a couple of weeks, and then 2 weeks battling COVID to realize that this team is not very good. And so because of that, I have accepted that fact, and I'd rather them out now than make it than what? Geez, God forbid they wake up and all of a sudden say, shit, it's the playoffs. And then they win a couple of games and all of a sudden find themselves in the NFC Championship game and then end up with a tougher schedule next year because they made it so damn far.
I mean, that's possible.
I want them out now. Get them out.
They could make it to the championship game.
Get
Now,
him out.
I
Tampa
think
Bay. I'm
Hurts
rooting
is
for Tampa
healthy
Bay. You
now.
heard what I said.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, knock them the fuck out right now.
Yeah. Hurts the past 3-4 games has been hiding that injury. I think he's finally healthy now. He's going to start running the ball more. I mean, I
It's
could
play
see them
calling,
making a
dude.
run.
It's play calling. Why are you having design runs for him when he's injured? He's been injured for weeks.
Exactly.
Why
But
are you not getting AJ Brown the ball more? Why are you exposing freaking Devontae Smith now? He's injured now. Why are you not running the ball more? Look at the year that Swift had, even when they didn't run the ball as much as they should be.
So
With that offensive line that everybody talks about. That
you're still the team that went to the championship last year. So you're the NFC champs. You still have to be beaten. You are the NFC champs.
Yeah, well, they're out in the first round.
So let me pose a question to three of you guys. And I was thinking about this today. Do you put any merit and anything into the fact that AJ Brown is now frustrated with two different teams in 3 years?
Ooh.
This what happens to what AJ Brown is not happy. This is what happens. I mean, he's just like any other
But
prima
he had
donna wide
same thing in
receiver.
Tennessee. Same thing in Tennessee. He wasn't getting as much attention as he thought he should have got. He got real frustrated, and he was a problem, and they got rid of him. And now he's in Philadelphia, and now he's not getting the touches, and he's getting frustrated.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so
Keep the Divas happy.
But you had Devontae Smith, you have Dallas Goedert, you
Yeah.
have two of the people already that you could throw the ball to.
Yeah, because he gets double teamed every freaking. You have a corner covering him and a safety double top on top of him all the time. So that's why Devontae Smith's having a really good year. That's why Goddard, before he got hurt, was having a really good year.
Brown's having a good year. But I think what hurt Brown personally, I think the game that really broke him was the Dallas game at home, because Stephon Gilmore locked him down.
Yeah.
And he had talked so much shit about the old man. Why y'all got this old man cover me? And the guy just abused him. And I think since then he has not been the same receiver.
All right. We're gonna get out of here, gentlemen. Anything else you guys want to bring up before I get out of here, so I can make my kids dinner at 8:00 at night?
Sushi. I would like to say that I love doing this.
This is awesome. I will say this is awesome. It is.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys. I do.
More
I don't know who
AJ.
he's saying stop to. So, Anthony, I don't know who you're saying stop to. You said stop.
Well,
Stop.
I just want to say, Anthony, I love you. You're the greatest. Go Cowboys.
Playoff predictions, early playoff predictions. Who do you got in your AFC and who do you got in your NFC championship game? Chris?
That's going to be a tough one. Jesus. I'm going to say Miami and Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And
Miami
Dallas and
at
San
Baltimore.
Francisco.
What was that? And Dallas at San Francisco. Adrian?
AFC, I'm going Baltimore and the Browns.
Cleveland at Baltimore. Okay.
Cleveland at Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to make somebody real mad. I am going Philly at San Francisco.
Jesus Christ. Harry?
I'm going to go Buffalo at Baltimore.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say that Adrian needs to be drug tested and Dallas at San Francisco.
It's funny that you mentioned Buffalo, because I'm going there too. Buffalo at Baltimore for the AFC Championship game, and Dallas at San Francisco for the NFC Championship game. And we'll talk about the actual playoffs next week right here on Home Team Sports.
Back from rehab. So
Give us a like. Give us a like on our videos. Give us a share. Give us a subscription. Come see us every Thursday. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about everything that's gone down, and we got the brackets all set, and we'll definitely talk about those dark horses that
Yeah.
sneaked in, the Indianapolis Colts or the Green Bay Packers of the world.
I'm telling you right now, Mike, the Broncos are going to get in because they got Jason Statham as the quarterback. Absolutely brilliant.
The Broncos are not going to. No, the Broncos are done.
Statement's not playing. What in the bollocks are you talking about? Statement's not playing. He's playing.
Did you just say bollocks?
Yeah, what in the bollocks are you talking about? Are you taking a piss right now?
Well, with that, we shut it down.